I mean, I've always been interested in nature.
Kind of Mother Nature's perfect animal, you know?
Seeing Nile crocodiles and being kind of terrified.
Welcome to the Nature Talks podcast. Yep, so hello to all, welcome to another of our Nature Talk episodes where learning turns to conservation. Of course, in the morning today I saw a post on Instagram and social media that right now the Amazon rainforest is, parts of it is of course a carbon emitter, not a carbon sink anymore. And all these things are signs that our planet is heading towards decline. Its biodiversity is facing dramatic problems daily. And if it continues, our whole planet could collapse. These are signs that our planet is heading towards irreversible damages. But anyways, today I'm speaking with one of our best guests so far, who reminds me of myself, my young self. So, hello Jack, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you, Ephraim?
I am very well, thank you very much. So before we begin, can you introduce yourself?
So, hello, my name is Jack. I am 11 years old and I am the kid conservationist. My goal is to get orangutans off the endangered species list through education and action. One of the biggest ways that I do this is through my YouTube channel, where I have fun educational videos for kids and adults alike, including my 10 in 10 series, where I share 10 facts in 10 seconds each, and on issues and topics such as orangutans and palm oil and more. So you can check that out on my YouTube channel, where I also have expert interviews with experts in conservation who are super knowledgeable, such as yourself, Ephraim, on different conservation topics. And I learn from them to learn more myself, and then I share that knowledge with others on my YouTube channel. I also do presentations around the world.
That's amazing to know. And exactly, so I myself, of course, as you all know it, have been researching on animals and plants for the past 7 years. It keeps on increasing every year. And I've got a general knowledge I've got a general interest actually in all animals on Earth. And Jack, what was your main inspiration? Why orangutans? Why not any other animal on Earth?
Yeah, so a couple years ago, my family traveled the United States, and we went down to Memphis, Tennessee. And it was there that there was a baby orangutan and a family of orangutans. And it happened to be a baby orangutan's birthday party one day. And it was there that I first fell in love with orangutans. And ever since then, I've been working to help orangutans, and I've been wanting to just be able to help them because they are so critically endangered.
Exactly, indeed, correct. And apart from being critically endangered, this is something which I witnessed myself. Of course, animals in ecosystems play a vital role in keeping the ecosystem itself healthy. We always say that an ecosystem is healthy when everything else in it is healthy as well. And a population of orangutans, for example, means a very, very bad, problem for forests being their ecosystems. And of course, we, chop down forests for different reasons. For planting soy, timber, making our houses. And it is really dramatic because they are indeed the carbon sinks. They are the lungs of our planet, helping us fight against climate change. So we are indeed cutting down our own allies. So, Jack, what do you think about deforestation?
I think deforestation is devastating. Orangutans have been extremely affected, such as other animals in the ecosystem. Now, deforestation is caused by many different reasons, but one of the biggest is palm oil. Palm oil is found in over 50% of grocery store foods and cosmetics, and it is a cheap and useful oil, but it causes deforestation in the rainforest because it can only be grown within 10 degrees of the equator. And that is where orangutans and their homes live. And actually, orangutans live in Indonesia and Malaysia, which is where 85% of palm oil is grown. And it is really sad because orangutans have to live in the highest parts of the trees, well, the second highest, called the canopy. And if we cut down the rainforest, even if we do replant it, it could take hundreds of years before it ever gets back up to that point, before orangutans can begin to swing through there again. So I think if there was a way to be able to slow it, I would. But together we can do this and slow deforestation.
Indeed, correct. Together we all stand. I'm talking about deforestation and the time, it takes to grow. It's not too late. It's not too late to plant trees, not too late to, regenerate forests. Because, as we are talking about climate change, as we plant trees and as they grow, they are going to, lock carbon in themselves and the soil once again. We're talking about how long it takes. It, of course, takes a very, very long time. And for the audience here, I'm going to give you an example which I've tried myself. If you have, a favor of eating mangoes or avocados, these are two rainforest trees, rainforest plants, which you can do an experiment at home. It of course takes a lot of time for them to even sprout. That's one point. Then it requires, a lot of care and a lot of situations, or else the seed will fail. And I mean, sprouting may actually take around for the mango that I planted for 3 weeks. It took just only to sprout, and it takes a very long time for it to reach a height, of course, orangutans can be. So, Jack, what do you think about orangutans? What, let's say, in general, apart from big animals, they are, of course, very much related to us. They are both intelligent, they can solve complex things, and they have got a social skills as well. So, what do you think about orangutans in general?
Orangutans are my favorite animal. I feel such a special connection with them. They share 97% of their DNA with us humans, and they're the only red-headed apes, and I especially love that because I have red hair. But orangutans are just such special animals, and I just love them so much. They are often called the gardeners of the rainforest because they swing from tree to tree and they eat fruits. When they eat the fruits, they often drop the seeds. When they go to bed that night, they spread the leaves and branches and make their bed, which allows sunlight to come in and helps the trees and the rainforest to grow. So orangutans are often called the gardeners of the rainforest.
Indeed, again, this is also the same way as I said. Every species, no matter how small, all have an important role to play. It's like our organs. Each species has an important role to play the same way our organs does. So, Jack, what do you think? Of course, you have done research on orangutans. How do you think their populations has declined in the past few years? What do you think has the situation of forests been before and how it's changed right now?
Yeah, so it's estimated that 5 to 8 orangutans die every day, and 2,000 to 3,000 die every year. So it's incredibly sad what is happening to them. In 1999, there were 200,000 of the Bornean orangutans, and that's just one of the 3 species. Then, now, in the present, or as of 2020, there were only about 150,000 of all of the species. And that's 50,000 less than of just one species from 1999, from just 20 years before. So it's really sad that this is happening because it's happening at a rapid rate. And it's not showing signs of stopping, but we can help to stop it and slow it.
Exactly, indeed, that I completely agree with, because it goes at a fast rate in which humans, cannot adopt. Even humans cannot adopt. So won't the animals. But at points, we have shown that if we want, we can save our planet. We saved the whales from extinction. We saved Siberian tigers. We are saving the rhinos from extinction. That's a huge impact. So we are showing that we can do it. If we want, we can change. So, Jack, what do you think? Why do you think forests are important?
Rainforests are so important because there are trees. Think about it this way. Trees help humans breathe. Trees are what allow us humans to breathe. So the rainforests are the lungs of the world. They also take in carbon, which is not good for the atmosphere. So it takes in carbon, which is really, really good because it stores the carbon inside of the trees and it continues to suck in the carbon and breathe out what us humans breathe. So it's really great that we're able to help the rainforest and help the lungs of the world. So it's really important that we help the rainforest because they help us humans breathe and they help the ecosystem of the world.
Of course, speaking about orangutans and conservation, because I myself do a lot of conservation work myself, and I'm just, I think, 6 years bigger than you, and that's it. So, Jack, what inspires you to, protect orangutans? Spread awareness about them. What inspires you to, let's say, protect rainforests? Think of, regenerating our planet. So, what is that inspiration behind all this?
Yeah, so a couple years ago, when I looked into that baby orangutan's eyes, I knew I had to help orangutans. And I was actually, after that, I decided to take action, and I wrote a letter to 3 companies, Hershey, Nestle, and Kellogg's, telling them about their usage of palm oil. After that, Orangutan Alliance contacted me and named me their youth ambassador, and since then, it's just continued to grow. I've had my YouTube channel, I've done presentations, and I've done so many other things, but I am the youth ambassador for 2 organizations, Orangutan Alliance and Orangutan Republic.
That's beyond amazing. So, Jack, how do you think we can recover our rainforests?
I think that one of the biggest ways that we can help is educating. I say education is the first step. If we don't know about an issue, how are we going to help it? So I feel like that is one of the biggest ways that we can help. I do that through my presentations and YouTube channel, but I encourage others to do it. Talk to your family, talk to your friends, and we can make a difference. We can have people join together to help our environment. And there are other ways too. You can not buy products with palm oil. This encourages companies to not use palm oil in their products. And you can also write letters to companies telling them about their usage of palm oil. And you can donate to groups promoting conservation. So there are lots of ways to help.
Exactly, I completely agree with you. I myself believe in the same thing. I believe that until people don't understand about how nature works, how wonderful those creatures are, they won't care for it. And once care actually follows, come on, like, all of us love the natural world. But the main question is, where have we lost that love? When you ask someone a question, Jack, if they're tired from school or work, if you ask them, where would you like to go? They would say, I would like to have a villa or a house in the middle of the rainforest. I believe most of us would say the same thing.
Yes.
So we all love the natural world. So we have to love the creatures there as well. So first step is Jack's understanding. And the second step, I believe, is avoiding waste. If we don't waste, we can accomplish huge, huge things. If we don't waste water, if we don't waste palm oil, all these things will shape itself, And of course, exactly the same way as plastic is harmful, overusing it is, of course, beyond harmful as well. Palm oil itself, if we use it in proper amounts, is fine, but if we overuse it again, it's impactful, And speaking about protection, as you said, it's not, let's say, if I'm a biologist or if I'm a conservationist or if I'm a zoologist or something, that I have the role and I have the duty to care for our planet. It's not depending on our career, it's in our hands. Every one of us, educated, not educated, rich or poor, all can help change our planet. A few days back, actually, I received a letter from Sir David Attenborough, and he told me that, well, I asked him for career advice. I told him, everyone wants me to become a doctor, so I don't want that. I want to become a naturalist, the same way you become. And he wrote an email. He said that he wrote me to letter, and he's like, I don't advise you as a career choice because I don't know you. And there is a whole message behind that. It's that if you want to protect the planet, if you want to love the natural world, if you want to, do what I do, what Jack does, it's not about, using it as your career. It's the love that matters, the thing which you are trying to do, the awareness and the energy is, of course, what matters. You simply said to me, well, it doesn't matter. I cannot advise you as a career advice because I don't know you. So it depends on you whether you want to become or not, but still you can help save the planet.
Yeah.
So, Jack, of course, talking about all these career things, what do you think each and every single one of us, whether it's me living in Dubai or whether it's anyone on earth, no matter how important they can or whatever, let's say how rich they are or how poor they are, what is the most important step we can take to save our planet? The easiest also.
Yeah, it's our consumer choice. Palm oil is in a lot of products. So by encouraging people to not use these products and not buy these products and not encourage companies to use palm oil is one of the biggest things that you can do. No matter where you are, no matter who you are, don't buy these products with palm oil.
That's indeed very much true. So, Jack, what about the conservation of other species? What do you think about, let's say, if we save orangutans, if we save rainforests, what would be the benefits beyond saving orangutans?
Well, orangutans, like I was talking about earlier, are the gardeners of the rainforest. They're also called an umbrella species, which means since they take up so much space to roam through the rainforest, if we give conservation land to them, we're also giving conservation land to the other plants and animal species that live within the area that orangutans live in. And remember, an ecosystem is all connected. So by helping orangutans, not only are we helping orangutans, we're also helping to revive the whole ecosystem.
I completely agree with you, Jack. So, and what do you think about this recent news that came up saying that now because of our impacts, our deforestation of the Amazon rainforest, it has become now from a carbon sink to a carbon emitter? What do you think of that?
I think that is devastating. Like, how can we go from a place that is helping so much with our environmental issues, with climate change, to a place that is affecting it and on the other side now? So it is really difficult to even imagine, but luckily there are other carbon sinks, and what we need to do as humans is not turn those sinks into emitters as well as the Amazon. But just because it's like that doesn't mean it can't be reversed. And while it may be very difficult, we can reverse it. So I think trying to help slow the issues and start the helping and start the resolution is one of the biggest things that we as humans need to do.
I completely agree with you, Jack. And also, talking about this, that we all can take action. It's not about, let's say, only awareness, but we all have an important role to play. And our planet can still recover. What is being said is that all the land that has been cleared right now is enough to supply our demand for food and for fish. It's enough. We have cleared enough land to supply us with our foods. We have cleared enough. It can sustain our populations. But and if you want to clear, let's say, for palm oil or for different reasons, for wood, we can do it in a natural way. Because once in a while, I think, Jack, you have seen yourself in a rainforest, an old tree falls down once in a while. If we, work the same way, if we, copy nature in what it does, we can, come back to a species that is now so behind and so disconnected from nature into one where, we are connected to nature once again. We are indeed dependent on nature, but our connection has broken off. We have to understand that we are a part of nature, not a part of it. So, what do you think, Jack?
Yeah, I think that we really need to become a part of nature again, rather than making it difficult for nature to come back and seeing, well, if nature does this, well, how can us humans bounce off of that? How can we help it? How can we make the rainforest a good place again? How can we not continue to destroy it, but how can we help it even if trees are falling down? How can we replant those trees? How can we, instead of cutting down trees, seeing, well, trees are falling naturally?
Exactly, indeed correct. So, Jack, what is your message to everyone here? Everyone will be watching this and everyone who's right now here, what's your message that truly, blows people's minds and inspires them?
I think everybody has a part to play in conservation. I once talked with a person named James Melenda, who is a rhino caretaker for the last 2 northern white rhinos in existence. And he said conservation works like a car. We all have a part to play in conservation. Whether you need a steering wheel for your car, you need the gas, you need the engine, and we are all a piece of that car. And while people may think that it's just those big conservationists or people with those suits that are working directly with the animals that can help, but they have their part to play in the car as well. So do you. So everybody has their part to play.
I completely agree with you. Absolutely correct. So it's exactly the thing which I said. It's not about your career, it's not about being a zoologist or a conservation. It's about what you wish to do, And that's the answer which David Attenborough told me. It's like, if you wanted to care for our planet, it's not about treating it as a career. You can do it in your daily life, avoiding waste and much more. So if, Zian, have you got a question from Jack?
Jack, what do you think would happen if orangutans go extinct? Why do they help us humans? How can we save them?
Yeah, if orangutans were to go extinct, it would be devastating. The rainforest and the whole ecosystem would be thrown out of balance, and so would the whole world, because remember, the rainforest is just attached to the whole big ecosystem of the world. So that is why we need to help these orangutans, because if they go extinct, that can also cause other species to go extinct, which can ultimately cause the rainforest to go extinct and the world.
Indeed, absolutely correct, because exactly, it's chain of life. Every species, no matter how small, it's linked to each other. The disruption of that chain, even like a small bend, can destroy the whole ecosystems. We are let's say right now, dependent on the Arctic. Why do you think the whole world is in the fear of, the Amazon rainforest becoming a carbon emitter right now? Because we all depend. It's a whole big ecosystem. It's a part of Earth, and we ourselves are a part of Earth. So, Jack, it was great talking to you today. I hope you enjoyed as well. And I hope that you're going to have a great day and continue doing what you do. Because what me and you and all of us can do is that we can save our planet. If we continue what we're doing, we can inspire others to do as well. And we can slowly bring the puzzles together and do what no one has done before. Save our planet.
Thank you so much, Irfan. I had a great time.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Take care.
You too. Have a good one. Bye.